In the bustling streets of New York City, where dreams clashed with reality like waves against the shore, lived a man named Alexander Voss. He was not the kind of man who turned heads with flashy suits or charismatic smiles. Instead, he carried an air of quiet intensity, his eyes always searching, as if the world held a secret only he could uncover. Alexander was 35, a successful architect whose designs graced the skylines of major cities, but his heart was anchored to a memory from his youth: a girl named Elena. Elena had been his everything since they were teenagers in a small town upstate. She was the daughter of a local baker, with hair like cascading midnight and eyes that sparkled like emeralds under the sun. They meet in high school, where Alexander, the shy bookworm, found courage in her laughter. Their love blossomed in stolen moments by the river, where they whispered promises of forever under the willow trees. "I'll love only you, Elena," he had vowed one summer evening, as fireflies danced around them. "No one else will ever take your place." But life, cruel and unpredictable, had other plans. Elena's family moved away abruptly when her father fell ill, seeking better medical care in the city. Letters exchanged at first, fervent and full of longing, but distance eroded their bond. Elena met someone new, a charming doctor who promised stability. She wrote to Alexander one last time, "I'm sorry, Alex. I have to move on." Those words shattered him, leaving scars that time refused to heal. Years passed, and Alexander built his life around that void. He dated sporadically, but each relationship ended the same way, with him comparing every woman to Elena, finding them lacking in the indefinable magic she possessed. Friends urged him to let go, to find happiness elsewhere, but he couldn't. "She's the one," he'd say, his voice laced with quiet defiance. Deep down, he believed fate would reunite them. One crisp autumn day, as leaves painted the city in hues of gold and crimson, Alexander's world tilted on its axis. He was at a coffee shop near his office, sketching a new building design, when he heard a voice that froze his blood. "Double latte, please." It was here Elena, standing at the counter, unchanged by the decade that separated them. Her hair was shorter, her smile lines deeper, but those eyes, they were the same. He approached her hesitantly, his heart pounding like a drum in a storm. "Elena?" he whispered. She turned, surprise flickering across her face, followed by a warm smile. "Alex? Oh my God, it's been forever." They sat together, time melting away as they caught up. Elena was divorced now, her marriage to the doctor crumbling under the weight of his infidelity. She had a daughter, Lily, who was 8 and full of life. Alexander listened, his soul igniting with hope. This was his chance, the universe correcting its mistake. The reconnection was swift and intense. Dinners turned into late-night walks through Central Park, where they reminisced about their youth. Alexander confessed his enduring love, how no one had ever replaced her. Elena, touched and vulnerable, admitted she had thought of him often, regretting the path she took. "Maybe we were meant to find each other again," she said one night, her hand in his. But shadows loomed. Elena's ex-husband, Dr. Marcus Hale, was not a man to let go easily. Wealthy and influential, he fought for custody of Lily, using his connections to paint Elena as unstable. Alexander, seeing her pain, stepped in as her rock. He hired lawyers, attended court hearings, and became a father figure to Lily, who adored his stories of imaginary worlds. As their love deepened, Alexander's obsession grew. He dreamed of marrying Elena, of building a family. He'd design a house for them, a modern masterpiece overlooking the Hudson, with rooms filled with light and love. "This is our future," he told her, showing her the blueprints. Yet, doubt crept in. Elena hesitated, haunted by her past failures. What if we're rushing? What if it doesn't work? She'd ask. Alexander's response was always the same: "I've waited my whole life for you. I won't lose you again." One fateful evening, during a gala for architects, Alexander spotted Marcus across the room. The doctor approached, his smile predatory. "So, you're the one trying to play hero," Marcus sneered. "Elena will come back to me. She always does." Rage boiled in Alexander's veins. That night, he confronted Elena. "He's trying to manipulate you. Don't let him win." Elena, torn, assured him of her love, but the seed of uncertainty was planted. Weeks later, tragedy struck. Lily fell ill, a rare autoimmune disease that required expensive treatment. Marcus, with his medical expertise, swooped in, offering to cover costs if Elena reconsidered their family. "It's for Lily," he pleaded. Elena was devastated, caught between her heart and her child's well-being. Alexander, desperate, liquidated assets to fund the treatment himself. "I'll do anything for you both," he vowed. But Marcus played dirty. He spread rumors about Alexander's unstable obsession, hiring private investigators to dig up dirt. They found nothing, but the whispers reached Elena's ears. In a moment of weakness, Elena met with Marcus. Just to discuss Lily, she told Alexander. He waited anxiously, but when she returned late, her eyes red from crying, he knew. "He wants us to try again for Lily's sake." Alexander's world crumbled. "After everything? I love you more than he ever could." Their argument escalated, words like daggers. "You're suffocating me, Alex. Your love is too much, it's like a cage." He recoiled, hurt beyond measure. "All I've ever done is love you." She left that night, taking Lily to Marcus's penthouse. Alone in his apartment, Alexander spiraled. Sleepless nights turned into days of torment. He stalked her social media, drove by Marcus's building, his mind a whirlwind of jealousy and despair. Friends intervened. "Let her go, man. This isn't healthy." But Alexander couldn't. He believed in their destiny. One stormy night, he showed up at Marcus's door, rain-soaked and frantic. "Elena, please. Talk to me." Marcus answered, smug. "She's done with you. Leave before I call the police." Elena appeared, her face pale. "Alex, go home. This is over." Those words echoed his past rejection, igniting a firestorm within. In a blur of emotion, he lunged at Marcus, fists flying. The fight was brutal. Punches landed, blood spilled. Elena screamed as security dragged Alexander away. Arrested for assault, Alexander sat in a cell, reflecting on his life. Was his love pure, or had it twisted into something dark? Bailed out by a friend, he returned home, broken. Elena filed a restraining order, choosing stability with Marcus for Lily's health. Months passed in isolation. Alexander threw himself into work, but his designs lacked soul. He sought therapy, unraveling the threads of his obsession. "I loved only one girl," he admitted, "but maybe that was my curse." Fate, however, wasn't done. Lily's condition worsened, and Marcus's promises fell short of the treatment he touted was experimental, ineffective. Elena, realizing his manipulation, left him again, this time for good. She reached out to Alexander via a letter. "I'm sorry for everything. Lily asks about you. Can we talk?" Hope flickered, but Alexander had changed. He met her in a noodle cafe, Lily in tow. The girl hugged him tightly. "I missed you, Uncle Alex." Elena explained her regrets, her love still burning. "I was scared. But I know now you're the one." Alexander looked at her, the woman who defined his existence. "I've loved only you, Elena. But I need to love myself too." He walked away, not in anger, but in peace. For the first time, he was free. Years later, Alexander found joy in solitude, his heart mended. He never loved another romantically, but he loved life yet traveling, creating, helping others. Elena remarried happily, and they remained distant friends. Why?